Howdy do. So finally, because this thing crashed like 14 times across the week trying to get you guys this video, I'm going to be showing you guys the Summoner's Rift map in VR chat. I thought that'd be something cool and interesting and different to do. There are also apparently 43 different avatars on this map, so throughout this video, we're gonna try and find some of them, hopefully before this crashes again. But when you spawn into this world, you will actually spawn over here on this side island and not exactly on the rift just yet. That's because, you know, in case you wanted to maybe do something else on this, like say reenact an actual game, in which case you could come over here and actually turn avatars on and off, because sometimes that can attribute to lag and stuff, so, you know, there is that. You can turn it off, and then, you know, if you wanted to play a game of Summoner's Rift with actual people and stuff, that's fine. In which case, Draven mains, the mid lane is right about over there. So feel free to run it down mid to your heart's content without the fear of actually getting banned. So, with that said, no, Udyr doesn't actually count as one of the avatars. They look kind of like that down there, which is Ezreal, and we'll get to that later, but that's one of the 43. So you would come down here, and you would get to this point, in which case there's two things. One, the Cloud Drake, which we'll get towards actually at the end of the video, but you can ride that and actually take a tour of the rift across the sky, which is pretty cool. And two, a mirror, so that way when you have an avatar, you can see what you look like, see how, if you like the avatar, whatever that is. I am Kirigiri right now from Danganronpa. That's a story for another time, though, which actually started here on Summoner's Rift, progressed to Hope's Peak, and ended on top of the mountain from Super Mario Sunshine with a ukulele and a sunset. So, with that said, you would come across this bridge, and actually where you would start on the bottom lane is, or actually on Summoner's Rift is the bottom lane. With Rise, with two rune prisons which are permanent. So you already know this map is very accurate because that move is a perma-stun, and it's very annoying and not fun at all. Furthermore, to what these colors represent are the different bases. So if I go through here, it'll take us to the blue base, and rather instantaneously of a teleport, unlike in the actual game. If teleport was actually that instantaneous, they might never catch Soaz ever, which they kind of already barely do as it is. Some say even teleported out of the top lane position for Fnatic. But you will also find these portals within the bases in case you wanted to go back and forth between the bases without having to go all the way across the map. And then furthermore, if you wanted to go back to Rise near the spawn point, you'd find what base you're in, so like we're in red base, and you'd go over to that corresponding portal, and it'll take you right back to Rise at the beginning. So for navigation's sake, and for a quick teleportation's sake, there is that. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to start in the blue base. Usually at the fountains are some of the avatars. So for example, we actually do have Braum right here for us, already ready to go if you want to play as Braum. The Nexus is actually spinning and rotating and everything. And if you come up here, you have the Cosmic Reaver Yi, I believe that's what it's called. You have the Battle Bunny Riven, of course, and you have Metal Gear Ray from Gundam. So there's that. But kind of like the actual game, if you spawned in at the blue fountain, you would head down this way. This might be a little bit laggy too. There's a lot of stuff in this map. It's very intensive, but we are playing on the desktop mode, so I can show you guys that, you know, if you do have it and you don't have the VR headset, but you still wanted to play either VR chat and come see this map, you actually can without the headset, and it can actually work. And most of you probably have even better computers than mine, so it would probably run a bit more smoothly. There's Sona up there, because even though there's walls, like you can't cross these in the actual Summoner's Rift in League, you can go and kind of explore a little bit outside of the bounds here and get to stuff like that. There's the towers. We'll go through the jungle afterwards in a second. But there's, like, you know, the inner tower. There's the outer tower, which is sometimes my biggest friend or my biggest opponent, depending what team I'm on, and kind of not, because sometimes those things just don't defend you past level 3 for anything. They also fall after the jungler ganked you with red buff once at 5 minutes and take the whole thing with their bot lane. And I'm not gonna let my salt get in this video. Anyways, then we actually have Rakan and Xayah right here. Of course, the lovers duo, they kind of have to be together. That makes perfect sense. But in all my talking and ranting about the towers, I actually skipped these, and I'm sorry about that. If you go back here, because some of the avatars are kind of hidden, you have Shin and Karma, the Winter Wonder Karma skin, I believe. And again, you can jump over those walls, and you can get to quite a bit many other places. So, proceeding with bottom lane, we're going to kind of jump a bit, because jumping kind of gets you around a bit faster. Brushes are also, like, very dense. So there's a reason you gotta ward these things. Like, look at this real quick. Can't see squat. Can't see squat. Also probably messing up the render, like the lag. Just helping my computer lag that much more. One thing that's also kind of cool is that sometimes you just have other champions. They're not avatars, but just flat out champions. So you had Rise, you have Ivern right there, you had Udyr way over there at the spawn point. Now we have red side, and one of my favorite, if not my favorite avatar of the entire map, of course, I'm totally biased, would be Jinx, the ambitious elf Jinx skin. But for the Draven video that I did last week, that's where you get the Draven avatar. Like I said, you can jump over these walls, you kind of explore as long as it's not out of bounds and off a cliff. You can get to many places, so there's Draven up there. And then we're kind of going to proceed down the rest of bottom lane for red side. And we'll get to the red side base, show you some stuff over there, and then proceed on with the rest of the map, including the jungle eventually. We might, like I said, we might not find all of the avatars. There's like 43 of them, and I haven't been here often. Because like I said, lately, like all week, I've been trying to record this video for you guys like I promised, and it's just been crashing. It's like the one map that hasn't worked either. I've gotten like most other maps to work. If not every other map that I've tried to go on to work. But this map, suddenly, when I have a video idea, it's like, yeah, actually, let's pump the brakes and make sure you can't do that idea at all. And suddenly it's just working right now. So this might crash, this might have some cuts and stuff because I might have to redo certain parts. I apologize in advance. But now that we're at the red side fountain, you see there's Poppy, there's Lee Sin, there's Camille. So you have some other champions over here as well. Again, with those portals, if you want to jump back and forth between the nexuses, for whatever reason, you can. There also is some stuff down mid lane. We'll get there in a second. Like I said, Draven mains. We'll reenact in just a moment. Up there are also some avatars. You can get up there, but it's a little bit difficult, and I don't want to waste too much time trying, because it could take a good 5 minutes if you don't like do it right, especially with the lag already on this computer. So I'm gonna keep it moving. Again, you know this thing is accurate because there's lag. But funny enough, this map actually runs better in VR chat on my computer than actual Summoner's Rift in actual League of Legends. Also, the attention to detail is pretty cool too, by the way, like the flames and how they're moving and stuff. Maybe they don't look the most realistic depending who you ask, but I just thought it's pretty cool. As someone who's trying to learn Unity and stuff right now, seeing someone pull this off, even if they had assets to do it, it's still pretty complex, and I'm pretty impressed with these guys and how they've done. You have Ornn, by the way, if you wanted to, you know, be Ornn, staple pick of the top lane. You have the backside of Baron Nashor way over there, which, by the way, Baron Nashor's a lot more intimidating, especially if you have the VR headsets, in this map than on the actual Summoner's Rift. Obviously with Summoner's Rift, it's not first-person view, we're kind of overhead for the whole time, so nothing's ever really taller than us, of course, right? But in this map, Baron's actually pretty big, especially if you're a pretty small person. I say Kirigiri's about average to being super tall or super short. Some of these avatars, even in this map, can be. Like Draven's like a skyscraper for some reason. Here's Kled Nar, if that's more your thing. And then finally, we're almost back at the blue base. Even that tower with the overhang over there, you can get to that. Like I said, some of these kind of take a little bit of difficulty, especially in desktop mode to get to. So I'm not going to mess with them too much right now. But yeah, a lot of this stuff, if you see it, you could probably get to it. And it's pretty cool. They do have base gates here. So, you know, you can't actually go through those, but you kind of don't need to. There's not as hostilities, and probably aren't escaping things like stealth champions chasing you down. And if you can't flash over the wall and can't get inside, the base gate was your only hope, and that's it, you're just done. Nah, you can take a bit chill here. They do actually have, of course, because it is VR chat and it was popular, the Ugandan Knuckles over here. But as you see, Kenan's Shurikens are in it, because Kenan's not a fan. So what we're going to do now is, of course, go down mid lane like I promised. And then we're going to go through the jungle, and you'll be able to see Baron and a whole bunch of other stuff too. I don't want to go near Baron. As you can see, we can even see Baron from here. How can we never not have vision on Baron? It's just that big, apparently. Like, just, especially, it goes under the map too, so there's even that. So it's just like, Baron and Elder Dragon might be two of the biggest things on a side note that might contribute to lag. So if that does happen, just look away from them and you might get a smoother experience suddenly back. Here's the brand skin, by the way, that new one with he looks like he's just having the time of his life, doesn't he? Now, as we're running down mid, the Draven skin isn't positioned here, mind you, but what is positioned here is 3 of the Star Guardian skins. Star Guardian Ahri, Star Guardian Lux, and Star Guardian Soraka. They're all right here at the outer red tower. You can see them right here in all their glory. So now that we're here, I'm going to cut into the red side, red buff of the red side jungle. Which, like I said, the brush is really deep. We're going to kind of explore a little bit. You come out the base gate, right? Here's the first brush right here if you're on red side and you're trying to race out to your red buff because you're a jungler that wants red buff. You come around here. There, in fact, is the red buff. How you doing, buddy? Chillin'? Good. We go back here, which I almost skipped by accident. And you get the Krugs. The Krugs also just having a time of their lives, just jumping around, doing stuff. Apologies if it's kind of choppy right now. These are some of the things that move the most. So we'll get Baron over with. I'm dreading Baron. I'm dreading Baron a little bit. It's mainly just because it's like, wow, I just didn't realize how just big this thing was. It's not really like scary. It's just like you know, kind of big. But here's Ryze and Alawi again. Because, like, you can't be the other Ryze at the beginning. He's just there to help you teleport around the map. That's like an actual Dark Crystal Ryze skin and the Alawi skin. So we come down to River. First and foremost, actually, even before Baron, we have Scuttle. Just the Rift Scuttler doing his thing, or Scuttle Crab, whatever you talk to, or Sivir if you're feeling feisty. And there's Baron. It's just like, it's just there. Like, what's up? It's like the size of a Gundam or something compared to the size we are. Anyway, so this is the river side, and we're gonna head into the blue buff of the blue side jungle now. One of the things I thought was kind of funny about this, by the way, once we get to that part, I guess I shouldn't spoil it just yet, but we're about to get there. You see the wolves from back here. There's a hole back here, so you can see the wolves. We're gonna see them proper, of course, because you don't want to look at wolf backside. You didn't come here for that, I'm pretty sure. Unless that's your thing. I don't judge, honestly, do you? But I'm just saying. Here's what the wolves look like proper up close from the right side, just being good old doggos. And if we swing around here, of course, you got Gromp over there, kind of just doing whatever Gromp does. What does Gromp do when you're not taking it? Because, like, the other buffs look like they're battle ready or something. The Gromp just kind of sits there and is like, you know what, if I could nap, I would. Blue buff just kind of casually looking around. Now, this is the thing I was going to mention that I thought I took the right turn at. First and foremost, Garen. Another Garen. Secondly, there's actually a camp up here for top lane. If you go inside the camp, you have Teemo, just kind of chilling in stealth. Like Teemo kind of would. So, I thought that was kind of funny, you know, the whole top lane. Top lane's been weak this season so far in Season 8 and all that stuff, and like camping top lane's really effective, to the point that they made the Blast Cones spawn later, so that way they can't be abused so early. So if a jungler's doing like a triple clear, or let's say red, wolves, blue, gank top, they can't also maybe try and use Blast Cone to get over the wall and gank that much easier and faster. It's just, I'm not making fun of top laners, I'm not saying top lane hasn't actually had problems. I'm an 80 carry, so I know all about a certain lane having problems. Don't get me wrong, I sympathize. I'm just saying, found that kind of interesting though, that they decided to do certain like small things like that, kind of like the Cannon Shurikens and the Uganda Knuckles thing. I just thought that was kind of interesting, entertaining that they took those liberties while still being very accurate. Like this map, like I said, it's pretty good. And even if they had assets from like the actual like files of League going into this, here's the chickens, by the way. We kind of missed the raptors on the other side. Kind of the same concept though. We got the Krugs, we got the red buff. I just thought that was kind of cool. And I'll show you who like worked on this map at the end too, by the way. We're gonna give them credit. This is totally not, I don't know if that was assumed, and hopefully it wasn't, but this is not my idea. I didn't make this whatsoever. I just wanted to give you guys a tour. This is like, in my opinion so far in my short time playing VR chat now, one of the coolest maps I've been on, especially because I play League of Legends, so I am kind of biased. Here's the other Scuttle Crab. This is why I said the other Garen skin. There's another Garen skin. How you doing? And Elder Dragon, which can maybe also contribute to some of your lag if you're having that issue. Gangplank and Misfortune, of course. And they have the Shyvana skin, the Gurren Lagann Shyvana. I just call them the Gurren Lagann skins. I know they're called like not Star Galaxy, Super Galaxy skins, but I'm just, the Gurren Lagann. That's, especially when Rumble was the first one, he had the drill and everything. Here's another Lux skin, by the way, because that sells. Lux skin sells. They sell money. Like this, that's how it works. And then finally, the last one that I'm usually able to find with consistency is over here near this Gromp, which is the LeBlanc skin. So with that said, that is the most of the map going, like, you know, through it, kind of one at a time. I am rushing this a little bit, so I do apologize. I don't want this to crash before I can finish the recording. I've mentioned that a couple times. That's, you know, I want to do a better video. I did have a video done, but like it had random pink flashes in it, so it's like, I can't give you guys that. This maybe at least might work better, and so I am kind of hopeful for that. Also, one of the things that we haven't finished yet is gone down to that Ezreal. So, not only is there Ezreal, there is actually one more avatar I could show you guys that I know where it is too. We just are gonna try not to die here. Okay. So here's Ezreal when you come down here, because this is like a little area they added that I thought was pretty cool. It's like a little pub. You can come down here with some friends, sit around, talk about some things. Because for those that don't know, some people use VR chat kind of to do podcasts and like virtual, I guess, reality podcasts and stuff like that. It's pretty cool. But you don't actually die from like dropping down here. So we're going to drop down here. And here's the last one, the very last one that I can show you guys, and it's Nautilus. Now, I don't know if that makes 43 in total, but I know that makes quite a bit. So you can be like several different champions with different skins on this map, but also if you want to be Nautilus, you drop down here and you realize you might be stuck. One of the things you can do is bring up the menu in case you're new to VR chat, and you can respawn right here. It'll bring you right back to the start, which then I want to screenshot these guys who worked on it. You see that people like Shiftin. I can't pronounce all these names, apologies, so I'm just going to leave it here for a second so you guys can kind of see the idea providers, the avatar creators, and the all-around people that worked on this. I think they did a great job, and I think that's part of why I wanted to do this video, to highlight the work that they've done. You can follow some of them on Twitter and stuff if you want to drop them maybe ideas and stuff like that, but also you can just follow them over there if you want to congratulate them and say, hey, what a nice map. So, finally, there is one last thing I can show you guys too, and that is the Cloud Drake. Hopefully this does not crash, right? I keep saying that because I just really don't want it to do that. The mirror sometimes contributes to that. Now the thing with the Cloud Drake is it works like this, especially in VR, not VR, you would come over here, you click on it, if I can ever have any accuracy, you click on it, and then to ride it, I might click for a second while it ascends through its face. So that is one thing you might note, is that when it goes up, you might go like down through its face. So to avoid that, you can just look around at some other stuff. For example, these mighty wings of might. Like, I've never really wanted wings, but like, being able to fly is pretty cool. And once the Cloud Drake starts flying, of course, you don't have to look down at its face. You could just look around at the map as you fly across it. It's just pretty cool, like I said. And I keep using that. I wish I had more descriptive words to use, as if I didn't have years of English classes in high school like everybody else did. But that's really kind of one of the reasons I did this video, as I just find it neat that someone did this. And like, VR chat has been getting popular for a bit now. You might have seen people like Dyrus playing it too. And like the things you can do in it appeal to me, because it's part of the reason why I started playing Minecraft back in the day. I want to do the more creative stuff, the building stuff of it. So seeing something like this, something I like League of Legends, you know, and the Summoner's Rift map, I find pretty, oh, I forgot it swoops down like that. This is also a lot cooler when you have the VR headset too, I will mention, but I am doing this in the desktop mode again, because if you're someone that can only have the desktop version right now, you can still maybe find some enjoyment out of this. It also is probably a lot more fun with friends, of course, with ideas and stuff like that. Even the skybox is pretty cool. It's like just space, right? But you can get a pretty decent angle. This is kind of the angle you actually play the game at, so maybe it's a little bit more familiar at this point. You might be able to see some avatars that I wasn't able to find also as we go across, like the ones on the tower up there over there. But furthermore, this dragon kind of does like a little bit of what I call like a Mobius strip, kind of a lap. So it kind of goes like figure 8, I guess is another way of saying that. And then it will bring you back over to the starting point over here. So fortunately, it wasn't too intensive on my computer, that we actually should be able to finish this, and then I'll wrap it up with the outro. But I kind of really just wanted to not really congratulate, because this isn't really directly at the people that made it, but like, the point I was saying was, when it comes to creativity and stuff like that, it's quite amazing what people can accomplish. And so then to see something you like if you're a League of Legends fan, this is something that you think would be cool. By the way, side note, when the dragon stops, to get off it, like most seats and chairs, you press W, and you'll be put right back in front of it. Like so. You can get on it again if you want, ride it again as many times as you like. But that is now everything that I could possibly show you on this map, including the mirror right here. So I'm going to end the video by just saying thank you so much for watching. Go and congratulate those guys if you really like this map. Like, support is really appreciated, and that's kind of the point I was trying to get to. It can be kind of hard working with Unity and doing stuff like this, especially if you're doing something like League of Legends. Like, someone might be watching this video because they like League of Legends and have nothing, no idea about VR chat. So the pressure's on to be as accurate as possible. And personally, I think they did a very good, a good job. It's also a work in progress to keep it up to date. That's why the Lunar Revel skins were up there. So like I said, just maybe go and support those guys. Whoa, what the heck? We're doing like a reverse Michael Jackson lean. Annie, are you okay? Well, she wasn't on this map. But anyways, what I was saying before that happened is just thank you so much for watching this video. Go support those guys maybe if you really like this video, or you like this map, I should say. Go and tell those guys that they did a good job on this map, because that can be a pressure of making something as accurate as possible when a game as big as League of Legends has a large audience like it does, right? So, I'm gonna end the video there. We haven't crashed yet, and I don't want it to crash in the middle of the outro, so I guess what I will say is, thank you so much for watching this video. If you want a more like in-depth tour, I can probably also stream this at some point. Hopefully it doesn't crash when I try and stream it, but I'll probably try and stream VR chat a bit and show this map off a bit more at a slower pace, and then chat can be involved. If there's something I passed and chat wanted me to stop and look at it a bit more, I could, of course, because then the chat's there with me as we go through this. This obviously is a video, so people can't really have as much feedback unless you want to comment in the comment section about something that you want me to clarify, which I will try to. But that's all for this video. So, I don't know which video will be next, so I'm gonna have a lot of kinks. So until next time, take care. GG, get jinxed. Thank you for watching. Where's the one thing? Here we go. Also, before I end this video, mandatory backflip. I just like backflipping in this, because like a standing backflip, no matter who you are, they can just do a standing backflip perfectly. That's brilliant. I like that. So anyway, thank you for watching. It's Friday. Hopefully have a good Friday. Hopefully I get this video up to you and there's no problems, no lag, no issues. It didn't crash, so I'm just happy with that too. So, see you guys later. Also, maybe next time I won't be Kirigiri. I don't know at this point, actually. I did a video, a leak video, where I did put her in the thumbnail, and people literally watched the video just because she was in the thumbnail. So, I mean, I don't want to subscribe to clickbait, but like, if that's going to be the case, maybe I should stay as this instead. I don't know. Anyway, see you later. I'm going to stop rambling. Have a good day, though. And hopefully a good weekend in case I don't make another video before Monday. Thank you for watching.